Alright YouTube, for today's vlog I'll be reviewing the recent movie Send Help, so this will be a spoiler-free review. And before I get into it, I drew this drawing which is sort of a skull with fists on it. Sort of gives me the Sam Raimi horror movie style vibe, which was the intent of this drawing, so I just want to show it off before I get into my spoiler-free review. So I'm sure many of you guys have seen the trailer or heard that Sam Raimi is coming back to make a movie, and I'm also hearing, well, I'll get to this a little later in the vlog, that apparently, although Spider-Man 4 is a no-go, he's not opposed to making a Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, which fingers crossed that happens, because even if it's not what Spider-Man 4 was going to be, I can completely accept that, while at the same time, you know, I also love Tom Holland's Spider-Man and look forward to his next trilogy. So the way I view it, it's sort of a glass half full win-win situation. If we get a new Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie that's like, you know, a whole fresh story, that could be great. And if we don't for a while and we keep Tom Holland's Spider-Man for a few more trilogies, that's great too. But back to Send Help. The movie stars Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien as rival co-workers, and I really feel deeply empathetic and sympathetic towards Rachel's character Linda Little, who, you know, is taken advantage of and mistreated and just sort of feels alone and lost in the world. And also, one thing that really stood out to me in this movie, and this is sort of a niche, is the Survivor audition tape that she had, and Survivor references like to the TV show Survivor, by the way, because, you know, although I haven't watched Survivor in a while, I loved the Total Drama Island and Total Drama series, which was incredible and it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it as a kid, and I check clips every now and again and always find it fun. So this movie sort of gave me that vibe, while it also definitely is a horror movie. And although, you know, it definitely has a comedy aspect to it, it's not like obnoxious or over the top or too much of dark comedy. It's like, you know, the perfect blend, which is great, and why I love Sam Raimi's movies so much, and why I've been viewing a lot of his projects and find him a great director. So Dylan's character Bradley is a super arrogant, terrible boss. I'm not going to use profanity, but he is not a good dude, to say the least, and he gets a reality check when he's stranded on the island in Thailand with Linda Little, who, you know, teaches him how to survive. And, you know, there's so many interesting plot twists, especially towards the very end, but like I said, it's a spoiler-free review, so I'll say the movie was definitely a lot of fun to experience on a big screen, and I'm glad I didn't take any breaks during this movie to check my phone or use the restroom, because it was just incredible from start to finish. I also love the scene when Linda's hunting down the boar, and, you know, we see a lot of sort of gimmicky, sort of gag, almost gross out horror-like aspects, which is Sam Raimi's style. And back to what I was saying, this movie is incredible, so I give it a 10 out of 10, probably my favorite movie of the year so far, although there haven't been a ton of movies this year, but you can definitely be seeing it as a good check mark on one of my favorite movies of the year at the end of the year. But until then, back to Spider-Man. I'm really hoping we do get a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie again, and if not, I look forward to seeing more Sam Raimi projects, hopefully in the future. But until then, do yourself a favor, watch this movie. Do yourself another favor, stay tuned for more videos from me, and goodbye.